Dear Artie. Hello, Artie. I'm so sorry. It's been too long since my last letter, but things have been complicated. I fall asleep and wake up in the ice fields north of Sanctuary. I've been getting overheated in completely normal temperatures. And the dreams. I've been having strange dreams, Artie, and I don't know what to make of them. In the dream, I'm back in Ember, walking down the streets with you and Blaze like the old days. But then everything goes weird. I'm suddenly underground with the unblessed and the frost mines, but I don't feel the cold. It's almost welcoming. Then I'm suddenly standing on a bridge made of ice. I'm barefoot, but my feet feel like they're on fire. Like the flame within me is trying to melt the bridge. And on the other side of the bridge is a crystal, or an ice shard. And inside is a beautiful woman, Artie, like from a fairy tale. And when I look closer, her eyes shoot open. Her eyes, Artie, they're the color of ice. I don't know what to do. It's the same dream every night. I'm almost afraid to sleep. I want to tell Blaze, but you know how he is. I hope we can meet up soon, Artie. I miss you. P.S. Lieutenant Ash says that Counselor Alfred is looking for you in Ember. Something about going to see the librarian together?
من الجحيم نشرق وإلى الجحيم سنرجع.
Hello Hooligans, and welcome home. I am here back on my 1.13 Minecraft Creative Story build, and I have so much to show you guys. First of all, thank you to Crafting Mantis for coming back as Princess Fira. Very big story change. Well, not story change, but story evolving. And very special thank you as well, because she actually was not supposed to be the voiceover for this episode. I was holding off that story to start a little bit, like maybe another episode or two, but the person who was supposed to be doing the voiceover got sick, so special thank you for her. Go check out her channel in the description. It is right below, right where it says, show more, show less. Go down, click that, and then go into the description. So, guys, oh my goodness, I have so much to show you today. So, first of all, I am back here in Trillaton's I think they're 1.7, his 1.13 ready shaders, and I love them. They're so pretty. And we have done a bunch of work, and there's villagers. Look, Emberians. There's people around. It makes it feel so alive. I absolutely love it. And the reason we're walking right now, there's a new little carriage, by the way. The reason we're walking right now is there is something new at the end of this hall now. And I've also done a little bit more decorating in here. So I said I was going to fill this up with stuff, and I have. So there we go. It is there. Got a couple little bunnies in a cage over there as well. And this is a small little market area that we have gone ahead and built. I really like this. So first of all, let me show you the outside. This is a massive, canvas thing. And this is one of a couple of these that I plan on doing around here. And it's supposed to be a representation of those really bustling, busy, Arabian and Asian markets, where if you just picture this place packed full of people and people sitting down here and over here eating. We have a little rabbit shop. So come back here. There's some rabbits in there. Little rabbit disposing of kit going on there. And then people come down. They sit. They eat. Just hang out underneath the shade. I have got somebody selling water over here, which is important. And we've got some just random little things in the middle. I've put in a bunch of those little carts that I made. And so people just drag their carts up. They set up shop. We've got a little bit of hay happening right here. Just some nice little, like, just standing, like, chest areas. And then we've got a bunch of shops to fill in over here. I do have 2 shops right here going in. I'm still, like, detailing these out. These need to be as detailed as the ones down there. So this is going to be like a bookshop, a little bookshop, and this is a shop for like parrots. So you would think like a bunch of parrots just chilling out over here. They keep getting up. Apparently, like, trap doors don't hold parrots very well. But yeah, we've got some parrots up here. They're all named Meat, in case you want to eat them, I guess. And trying to fit all of these little shops in here was quite the task. I'm still working on it. I wanted them to all have like their own little covers, like they just kind of popped up tents or something. And I like it, and it's super claustrophobic, which it's supposed to feel. And then I decided we are going to come over here. This eventually is going to be turned into a building on the side of here, and it is actually going to house a coffee shop. Now, it's going to be like a coffee, like, this is just part of it. It's going to be a coffee/tea shop. And I wanted to do that mainly because, like, you have all these businesses that are out here, like, doing their thing. And I wanted it to be like they would come in here and go inside and maybe, like, do business transactions and stuff. And I may put a small, maybe just like a small, like, inn right here. There is the Inn of the Flaming Lizard out there, which is something I did a story for in the beginning of one of the episodes. But I was thinking maybe I'd do something here as well. Maybe just a little place that everybody could stay. And I thought it'd be kind of nice. And I added down here, told you guys I was trying to use this glazed terracotta, and I really like that there's, like, the sun in this one. So this is a little bit more beat up. This is a little bit more, people have walked on it. Like, time has beaten down on this thing. Even though this is all, like, a new build by the architect, he's trying to build it much as everything was in the old world. And so I'm bringing these in. I'm liking them. I'm using them in other places I'll show you guys in just a minute as well. And we've brought in some of these, like, rugged carpets to put down everywhere. It's just been a really fun little build. I really enjoyed building it. And we finally, you guys can see, finished terraforming all the land that I said I was going to do last time. Now, I did this with vanilla commands, which those of you who don't know, you can do a little bit of world edit styling with vanilla. It basically requires you to use the fill command right here. So you do fill, you put in the coordinates that you're at, and let me see if I can get it to show you guys. Okay, no, it's not going to show you, but you do fill the coordinates you're at, so right here, and then you would go, like, all the way down here like you were using world edit. You'd, like, pop up here, and then you'd say, fill, and then you go back into, what do we got? Like the fill, and then there we go. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it, I promise. So your coordinates that you were at, then your coordinates you're here at, and then you can do whatever you want, like Minecraft red sand or whatever, and then you can just fill this whole space in. And it acts just like World Edit. It's in the vanilla. It's not bad at all. It's a really good way to carve out these big areas, and you just basically do like error replace, and it just replaces everything, and so you have this nice little break off here. Now, I still need to detail all this stuff. I'm gonna knock like all this stuff down too. I want it to look like it's part of the mesa again, eventually. And we'll do a lot more decorative stuff up here. I've been getting a lot of inspiration from Fixit, and I've been getting a lot of inspiration from Pixel Brew. He is actually, I want to redo right here. I added in a bunch of this red sand into this area, which is just supposed to be a cliff to go up to the next level. I want to pull this out, like out this way, and do a little bit of a hangover, like this. And I want to do something very similar to a cliffside that he has in his gypsy camp, which looks fantastic. Now, I'm going to have to do it in a, like, desert sense, so it won't be like his where it's lush and green. This is going to be like kind of dead looking and kind of giving it a little bit of desert feel, adding in a little bit of these like dead bushes over here so I can like grab one of those and come over here and really just kind of fill this place in and make it look really nice. And maybe add in some like actual like sandstone underneath this, because underneath here is all completely like just open space. So I have place to work back into if I wanted to. But like something like that, like doing a little bit of like ruined space around here. And I really think that would look really, really nice. So that is completely Pixel Brew though. That is his majesty of building cliffsides. So he is down in my build concept crew, by the way, so if you guys check him out in the description, you can see what he's all about. We also have brought the rest of the wall up and around the corner here. I'm going to continue it as well all the way around. I don't know what I'm going to do with it here. I might end it right there on this side and then bring it around here, because I do want to put a building up here eventually. And I have added in a little bit of an entrance to the Royal Palace. I am still working on this thing's design in general. I know I want it to be big. I have been getting a lot of inspiration from Fixit. I want it to be just a very large build. And it's going to be fun to do. I don't know how much the interior will be done, but I definitely want an exterior to be done at least. So I want there to be a big thing here. I'm thinking a little bit more of a, kind of like over here where it's got the stacked towers. So like at the bottom it is a large base, like gets a little bit smaller and then a little bit smaller on the top. I want to bring that into this, and I have a really interesting shape so far, and I think I want to keep that shape. So the shape for this thing is kind of just like this rectangle here, and I think I'm going to pull that out a little bit, maybe out here, make it like a big square for the bottom, bring it up, and then do, you know, the like up sections like that. And I think it would be nice, and I'm trying to figure out just little things to add to give it detail. I brought in a little bit more of the glazed terracotta, which looks great, by the way. I am loving this glazed terracotta. I'm finding all sorts of really cool uses for it, and just like there's so many different things you can do with it, especially even just taking one type. Like this type right here, I am loving because of the sun, but like if you put it together, it gives these really cool other designs. And I've been finding the larger you use this, the better it looks. And I've managed to bring in just a little bit of the stairs here, give it just kind of a cool little feel, added in a bunch of this yellow concrete, and put in a bunch more fire. There's supposed to be a lot of fire here, and I really wanted to emphasize that, and I'm going to be doing that in like just different places. Like we have the fire in the sun up there. It's getting dark again. We have a lot of fire that's going to be implemented throughout the palace. And then I also wanted to kind of bring in, and I talked about this with like the concept crew, like the ones who helped me kind of come up with ideas. And I talked with this about them too, where I wanted to bring in a good number of just places that just create fire. So you would have like something like just over here. Let's see, let me see if I can grab some smooth sandstone. There we go. I've been loving the smooth sandstone, by the way. It's a great like filler. It does a really good job of just being really just nice and flat, and there's not much to it, And it's one of those blocks that looks really, really good on the, like, midsection of things. Like, if you, like, right here, you know, putting the chiseled sandstone, but then doing the smooth sandstone looks really, really nice. But, like, putting in, let's bring this down a little bit. Putting in fire in just all these places, I've really, really been wanting to do that around here. Because these people, like the Emberians, the people who live here are fire worshippers. That's their whole story. See, that looks so cool, and it looks great going up the stairs. That's their whole story. Somebody mentioned that, you know, it was very ironic that a bunch of people who basically their whole place got destroyed by fire would worship fire. And I really like the irony of that, honestly. I like that, you know, there's always those people who, they just don't understand something, like, and there's always that one person who comes in and tries to spin what happened in a positive light. Like, you know, oh no, everything's perfectly fine, and this is the reason why. And they end up, you know, conning people. This is totally wrong. They end up conning people into believing that, you know, something bad was actually good. And they're usually trying to gain power out of it or something like that. And I kind of liked that idea for the beginnings of the people of Ember, where basically the story of Ember, you guys have been keeping up on the, you know, episodes, is that essentially this whole place was, you know, lush and wonderful. There was a story that ends up happening. A sorceress destroys this whole mesa land. It was once green and lush and just full of little rivers and everything. She turns it into basically this wasteland. And over time, it's gained a little bit more. It's got the trees and it's got like a river that flows through it now. But the people there got just screwed, basically. And, but what happens is there's always that one person who's going to come in and be like, you know, oh no, if you worship the fire, you know, you then don't have to be afraid of it. Like, you don't have to be afraid of this thing that is actually good. And they created this, you know, whole religion out of it. And, you know, eventually the gods, like, there are gods in this story. The gods basically come in, and one of them happens to just adapt fire. Or maybe the people created the god, and the god became because of their worship of the fire. And so they actually do have a god that controls this stuff. There are fire priests. I plan on doing a, like, fire cathedral, and they can manipulate and control fire. The royal family of Ember can actually has a bit of magical ability in them. Princess Fira is called the Fire Princess. She's the princess of fire. She has magical ability toward fire, which explains a lot of her concern about having all of these thoughts, you know, about ice so quickly. And so there is a good reason for all of this stuff. And there is a magicality that goes into it, and in the lore. And so I want to include fire. I want it to be hugely important. Much like ice is going to be hugely important in the lower areas. Because you guys remember, this is the, you know, Ember is the kingdom of fire, but it's only the kingdom of fire because that's who's in charge. The people of Ember are considered, like the unblessed down below, are considered unblessed. They are not touched by the flame, the sun. They spend their entire lives, some of them, underground. Now, there are people who come up, like, on top, like, up into, you know, the upper world. But, you know, they are given special permission to be able to do so. They're the people who deliver the ice, and maybe they work inside of the palace or something, but, they only work in the underbelly of it. They're not allowed to see the sky and see the sun. You know, under here, there's this whole like whole other kingdom. And it's going to be really cool to get into this and start doing a lot of the ice worship and coming up with a, you know, kind of a build style for that and seeing who those people are. It's so cool to be building up here and seeing all of the, like, all of this really cool fire and Arabic style coming together. And, but you have to remember there's this whole under section that's going to be an important part, like a hugely important part of this story. And it's really exciting. I'm actually really excited to get down there and build. But I need to finish some stuff up top. Now, the story will take us where the story goes. Eventually, I will have to start building down there, and I will have to start deciding up here what is important, what is not. Maybe even just like not doing full houses yet into the sides of these places, but doing just facades like here and wrapped around underneath and, you know, up over here and everything. There are things I want to build. Like, I want to build a bunch of houses here. I want to do the palace, like things like that. But I have to kind of decide what needs to be done for the sake of the story. And we will come back and eventually fill all this in. It's like the live streams, you know. I've been spending a little bit of time on the Patreon server, but I've been trying to prep that for people to come on well. And now I can get a little bit, that's a little bit settled, and I can get back into coming into home, going back over to Scorn and Sanctuary and building there with you guys. So yeah, that's all the stuff that's getting done. Just really busy, really busy here. I've been getting a lot of inspiration back here, and I'm really excited to have that inspiration just sitting within me and ready to just do what I need to do. And I've got really big things coming to the channel. You guys have no idea. I am hugely excited about them, and you guys will just have to wait and see what's going to be happening. But I am just on, like, over the moon right now on everything that's going to be going on. In home, I've been getting a lot of inspiration in my story, and in a bunch of other things to come. You guys are inspiring me, and thank you so much. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a quick episode, just talking about the builds and just all of the wonderful things to come. So guys, get out there, spread the community around, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check the links, please check the links. There are tons of really amazing people down there, and that is going to be in the description. Description is really easy, guys. Just, you know, go down to where it says show more, click that, scroll down. Okay, there's some people down there. Go right click on their names, like their links, go open a new tab, subscribe to their channels. That's what you need to do. Okay? And go check out everything else. Alright? So guys, I'll see you later. Alright? Bye-bye.